in today's world are written. Your legal documents when you apply for the work, when you send your CV, you motivate yourself why you should be hired. When you even apply to go to your next school or applying to varsity, you need to write your application. So this is really an important skill that we should all learn. Why today, in today's lesson, we'll be looking at it, how to write. Okay. First of all, I would like to outline the outcomes of this lesson. I'm hoping that by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand the writing process and follow it whenever you are writing. I'm hoping that you'll be able to improve your writing skills and write various types of text. Also, you must be able to approach a writing exercise with confidence and answer any writing task more effectively. So let's start. Let's look at the steps that we have to take when we are writing. Writing is a process. You do not just write once and that is it. So there's a process that you need to follow when you are writing. So let's look at the steps that we follow when we are writing. First one is pre-writing. Pre-writing is when we are brainstorming your ideas, okay? And then the second one is planning. This is where you identify the main ideas around the topic you are writing about. After, this is when you are writing the first ideas you have about the topic. Now you are drafting them down. And then you revise them, you edit, you read, and you present your work. Okay. Let's go to pre-writing into detail. What writing? Pre-writing is when you read about the topic. You carefully analyze what you must do about the topic. Consider the format that you are going to use depending on the text that you want to write, because different texts require different formats. The language features that you are going to use, you also consider that in pre-writing. Okay. The structure that you're going to use, because different texts require different language structure. 3, context. Text's purpose and audience. Here, this is when you check the purpose of the text that you are writing. What is the purpose? What is the message that you want to convey? What is it that you want to communicate? Is it a formal text? Is it a friendly text? So you look at that. As the context differ with the different type of text. And also this is when you consider your audience. You ask yourself, whom am I writing to? Are you writing for your friends? Are you writing for business people? Are you writing for important clients, people that you don't know? Who are your audience? So you check that, you look that before you write in pre-writing, because that is very important to know whom you are writing for. Because you will be addressing business people, a client as you would address your friend. So that's why before you write in the pre-writing stage, you have to look at that. At this stage, you also brainstorm your ideas. Okay. This is when you gather all the ideas that you have about the topic that you are given or the topic that you're going to use to write your text. So here you can use your mind map or other method of brainstorming that you like, as long as you're able to gather all the ideas that you have about that topic that you're going to use. And then number 5, research on the topic. Here, this is when now, after all the ideas that you had on an individual level, now you go deeper do the research about the topic. Okay, you can do your research by reading books that talk about that topic, articles, or search on the internet and watch videos around that topic. This is what we do in pre-writing. You're still preparing for writing, but you want to face your writing task while you are ready. So this is you getting ready by just preparing yourself, doing the research, reading the books and the articles, watching the videos around that topic, what the people have said about the topic. You go on the internet, search about the topic. Okay. Now let's move to planning. Planning is the second stage of writing. Here, this is when you plan what you want to say. Okay. Here, you tell us what you want to say, you're still planning, and we are keeping in mind all that you have learned in pre-writing in stage number 1. All the research that you have done, all the books that you have read, the articles and everything, your mind map, all those ideas, you still have them here. You are keeping them in mind here in planning, because then those ideas and that information will actually influence now what you want to say in your writing. So it is very important that you keep them in mind. And planning ideas. So here you tell us the main ideas that surround the topic and all the supporting information that you have to support those ideas. And usually one idea is contained in one paragraph. So each paragraph will have a main idea. You want to be careful with this because you don't want your ideas, different ideas in one paragraph. So this is when you actually arrange your work. You look at how you're going to put each idea in each paragraph. Okay, and then you arrange your ideas. You check that the sequence of your ideas is logical and it's flowing. It must flow. There has to be some flowing of ideas to make sure that your writing is actually in a good sequence. Okay, that's what we do in planning. Let's go to the next page. And is drafting. What is it that we do in drafting? So when we are in the drafting stage, we write our first draft. How do we do it? We do that by taking into account the purpose of the text. Why are you writing this text? What is it that you want to convey or communicate? What is it that you want to communicate? And also here, looking at the audience. Whom are you writing to? Okay. Because again, now when you're drafting, you need to be aware of the people that are going to be reading your text. It's very important to know whom you are writing for. Okay. The second one is when you choose appropriate words. That is also influenced by you knowing whom you are writing for. So you look carefully at the words that you are going to use in your writing. For example, if you are writing about business matters, you will use some business terms. There will be jargons that you use that are relevant to that topic and are relevant to those people that you are writing for. So that's why it's important to know your audience. cannot write the business jargons or business terms to people who know nothing about them. You'll be completely confusing them, and they won't actually get what you're trying to communicate with them. So it is very important to choose your words carefully and use the appropriate words for that text that you are writing. Let me look at the chat. I have a chat. Okay. My sound connection is bad. I'm sorry about that. Ochumelo says you don't understand. Okay. Let me answer to that, guys. Oh, I'm saying that you look at whom you're writing for, your audience, the people that you're writing for. So now I was making an example that if you are writing for a business people, let's say they've asked you to write a business article. Okay, a business company is asking you to write their business article. Surely in that you'll be using some business terms because now you know the people that you are writing for. And I said, let's say you are writing for your friend. You can't be using such terms because now you'll be confusing your friend. So that's why it is important to know whom you are writing for, your target readers, the people that you are writing for, your audience. I hope Tumel have answered you. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, you establish your voice. How do you establish your own voice? You take a stand. In your writing, you must be able to see your own opinions. Now that you have read, you've done research about everything. Now, what is your stand? What are your opinions around the topic? In your writing, you must be able to voice your opinion, able to see it when you're looking at your writing work or when you are reading your work. You must take a certain stand. For example, when they say, let's say we are writing about saving money, and the main idea in saving money is that you must put your money in the bank so that you get an interest. Now, let's say your own idea is that you save money at home. We must be able to see that in your writing. You must be able to show us that this is what the research is saying, but this is my opinion. Yeah, establishing your own voice. Writing. That we'll be able to say, okay, this is what is about saving money, but then at the same time, this is what the writer says. This is the writer's stance. This is the stand that you're taking as a writer. You must be able to see in writing. And organize ideas in logical sequence. Your argument, this is very important, your argument must flow smoothly. All your ideas must flow. Okay, my network is bad, guys. I don't know why, but I hope you can hear me. So you make sure that your ideas and your arguments, they flow smoothly. The last one in drafting, you read your draft critically. Why do you do that? Because now you want to evaluate it, you want to get a feedback so that now when you're writing, your work is flowing. So you look at your draft, you read it critically. You can also give it to your classmate if there's time for that, or to your teacher for a feedback so that you get feedback that will help you to actually improve your writing. It is very important. Sometimes you're writing on your own and you're reading your own work, you won't see the mistakes sometimes. So most of the time, if time allows you, give it to the next person and say, hey, read this for me and tell me what you see, the mistakes and everything. Well, it's not all about the mistake. The person can also tell you that you have done a very good work. So it is very important for you to get the feedback from yourself first, from your classmate, and from your teacher. Okay, now let's move to the last step. The last step is revising, proofreading, and presenting. Here, you read your first draft, as I said. It's very important. You look at your first draft with a critical eye. Okay, it helps you to improve your writing. It helps you to evaluate your own writing, to critique it. That, okay, here, I need to remove this sentence, or maybe this sentence doesn't fall in this paragraph. I need to put it in that paragraph. Okay, so it is very important that you read your first draft. You refine your word choice. How do we do that? That when you go through each and every sentence, maybe you realize, oh, this word, okay, maybe let me use the synonym of this word, okay? The sentences and the paragraph structure, you look at that. That's how you refine your word choice by saying, okay, maybe this word will sound better if I start with it, or I just remove it in this whole sentence. So that helps for your writing. And then we check the sequencing and linking of paragraphs. Paragraph must link each other in terms of the ideas. Okay. To make your writing flow smoothly, the paragraph must be linked in terms of their ideas. You can't have the main idea right at the end. Okay. So you must be able to have a sequence of your work and eliminate ambiguity. How do we do that? Do that by trying to be simple. You use the simple language if you can, so that you don't confuse people. And also you look at how you use the word, because sometimes you can repeat the same thing by using different words. So that's why we say you eliminate ambiguity. You try to avoid repeating yourself. And also at the same time, you try to avoid using offensive language. Remember, you are writing for your own targeted audience. Sometimes you might know it, sometimes you might not know it. Or sometimes other people that you think they are actually not your audience, they can actually read your work. So we try by all means to avoid using offensive language when we're writing. Okay, I don't see any questions now. I don't know if you guys still fine. Okay, then let's carry on. Okay. Let's look at this text now. This text is about saving money. It was adapted from Club X, December 2013. So let's read it through so that to see if I followed all these steps that we have talked about. Let me read. Saving money. Don't stash your cash under floorboards. That's what bank accounts are for. Follow your advice to open one that's right for you. That's the first paragraph. Let's look at the second paragraph. Do your homework. Examine your financial situation. Do you have enough money? Most banks require a certain amount, 500 for instance, to open a bank account. Always go for a bank that is well known and has a good reputation. Let's go to paragraph 3. Choose wisely. Find out about the extra charges you could incur every month, such as the service fees and bank will charge to get the best deal possible. Let's go to the last one. Compare the interest you could earn on you put away. Pick the bank that offers the highest return on your cash. So now, when we're looking at these ideas, they are flowing, and that tells us that the person has followed the steps. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think this person's ideas are flowing? The paragraphs, the way they are written, do you think this person has followed the steps that we talk about or not? You guys can tell me. You guys can comment on the comment box. Tell me what do you think about this text that I have. Now that we have seen the stages of writing, and now that we are looking at somebody's writing, an article that we took from Club X, and then can we see if their ideas, if they've done pre-writing, if they've done planning, they've done their drafting, if they did revise their work and proofread their work. Who can tell me what do they see from this text? I'm waiting for you guys. Don't be shy. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Now I have a task for you guys. The task that I have for you today is that you write your opinion in paragraphs. I said in brackets 80 to 100 words about reopening of schools during this lockdown. I chose those 80 to 100 words just to make it interesting for you guys to get you guys interested in writing. So I would like you guys to, if you've written that, and you can email it to me if possible, but I would like to read your own writing about your opinions about the reopening of schools during this national lockdown in South Africa. That's current, that's something that affects all of us, especially learners, teachers. So see your opinion. Let me read. What did you think? What do you think about that? It's not much, it's 80 to 100 words. I hope you guys will be having fun writing that. Now I have some few tips on writing that I would like to give you guys. My tips on writing are be creative in word choice and use punctuation marks. It is very important to use the punctuation marks. This is language, so we'll be marking that. Do we send you the, okay, let me read who says what. Okay. Their email, yes. Okay, I'll give you guys my email, it's there. So where you can send me the work. I'll look at your work and view the email. And also here, it allows you to upload file. So you can just write your work and upload it here. It's fine. Thank you so much for that. Okay. I was giving you guys tips on writing. I said be creative in your words and use punctuation marks. It's writing. We want to see how you play around with words. Okay, so you must be creative in your choice. And also you must use language and figures of speech if possible. As a grade 11 learner, we are expected to use figures of speech and your emotive language that is expected of you at this level. Now I want us to quickly go to something that is very important in writing. It's called the acronym AIDA. AIDA simply means attention. The A is for attention. You attract the target audience. How do you do that? You attract the target audience by actually having the advert, especially for adverts and flyers and other written work. You attract them by having the eye-catching imagery or an eye-catching slogan, something that is just there, that is attracting them, the layout of your work. If it's something that if it's a flyer, the color, the headline, it must be bold, it must be striking, it must be catchy, appealing. So that's what attention stands for in writing when we're looking at writing. Okay. The second one is interest. You maintain the interest of the target audience. How do you do that? You maintain it by if it's a flyer or an advert, pictures, diagrams, graphs, even in writing. Let's say we are writing an essay. Again, let's say a business essay about how maybe businesses are affected during this lockdown. Then surely there you might have graphs, statistics of businesses that are affected and those that are not affected. The diagrams to show that pictures maybe of closed businesses. You can have that, okay? So you're maintaining the interest of the target audience. The headline that is used to attract attention, okay? So let's go to D, desire. You create a desire to the target audience. How do you create a desire to the target audience? You create the need in the target audience to have this service. You make them to feel the need that surely I must read this work. Okay, I don't know the writer, but by just looking at the title of this work, I surely have to read this work. So that's how you create a desire. If it's an advertisement, by just looking at your advert, somebody will say, I really need to buy this. Even if they know it, but because of how you wrote your advert or how you wrote your article, if it's an article, make them to want to read. Remember, we spoke about audience, the target audience. And I say to you, sometimes even the people that you think they are not your target audience, they can read your work by maybe just looking at your headline and say, okay, this is business, not at all want to read this. I want to see what they say. So that's how you create them the desire to your target audience. And an action. You make the people actually, you get the target audience to buy your service or product. For example, you are writing a book, because you're talking about writing. You're writing a book, and your book is so good. You followed all the steps to a point where now you made me to desire to read it, and I've read it. Now you make me actually to take some actions, because the way that you have written it, it was so beautiful that I can't just read it and do nothing about it. It's a book. Maybe you'll get your audience actually emailing you or reviewing your book, giving you your book review, emailing you, asking you things about the book. Now we are making them to take actions. Okay. If it was an advert, you're making them to take actions actually to buy the product that you're advertising or the service that you're offering. For example, let's say for now, we are advertising people to actually join us on the lockdown online teaching. So the adverts that you use actually have to make people to say, okay, I don't have time, but surely I want to listen to this. So that's how we actually use the acronym IDA in writing. It can be used in both writing and also in adverts. Okay. So now I want us to look at an advert and see actually if they have done this, they have considered all of these things that we have mentioned, the IDA. Okay, this is an advert about studying. So it says study from home. Register now for 2014 studies. Faculties of study. They mentioned all the faculties there: Faculty of Finance, Business, Small Business, General, Office Management, Computer Studies, and Graphic Design. So now they are telling you exactly what they offer. Okay. And then it says over 70 courses available. So you look at those courses, and there are some new courses there that are added for you. Okay. And then it says study from home, 300 per month. Now they are telling you exactly the amount that they offer their service for. Start from 300, okay? It can be higher than that. Now they've given you actually what? A phone number that you can call them on. So these people, I don't know what you think when you look at this advert, but these people have actually followed the IDA. Now they say, if you want to take actions, here is the number. You can take actions. You can call us. You can reach us. Okay. They've told you for more information, SMS, LAN, and your name and surname to this number 43143, and we'll contact you. They've given you all the things that will allow you to take action, because they understand that they've followed the IDA acronym that they use in advertising. So it is not only for advertising, it is also for writing. Okay. So these are the things that we consider when we are writing. I would like to know if you guys think that they did follow or not. And why do you think they followed it, or why do you think they did not follow it? I'm waiting on you guys to tell me. You can write here on the comment box. I'm waiting. So I'll just give you guys time to look at the advert. Hello. Okay. Okay, nobody is there. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Okay, now I have some additional work for you guys to take home with. Okay. The work says, write an advertisement of any product of your choice, paying attention to IDA. And then it further says, you do not have to illustrate your advertisement. Present it in either a continuous piece or in a few linked paragraphs, as this is an assessment for your writing skills. So you can actually make an advertisement that is not a flyer. You don't have to illustrate it. You don't have to draw it. You can make some piece or a few paragraphs advertising something to see if it followed all the stages of writing. I don't know if you guys understand this homework, but you can let me know about it. I'm waiting for you guys. Please, guys, participate, interact with me. Okay. Okay, that is it for today about writing and presenting. And I'm taking more questions that you guys might have or any suggestions. And you guys might tell me what you would like to see in the next class. What is it that I should actually add to make this class interesting for you? I'm looking forward to all of those suggestions. Okay, and please join me tomorrow for the next lesson, and we'll be looking at language structures and conventions. Thank you.